Okay, girls, out of the truck. Come on there, Luna. Come on, boo-boo. There you go. Let's go to work. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is November 21st of 2025, and we're back down here in the 922B. Time to make $1. I should say, spend $1. I was just in town and had to pick up a pail of this here transmission oil for the old loader. A couple of quarts of ATF, otherwise known as mechanic in a can. I'm going to throw one in the fuel tank, one in the crankcase, and then I went ahead and I got a piece of pipe, couple of clamps, crossover extension, whatever it is, and we're going to put that in place. Needed to get that exhaust pipe because you can see just in the short time I ran it there, it's turning the whole darn machine black. It's got a lot of blow by there, so it's just puking oil all over the place. Not that that exhaust pipe is going to make too much of a difference, but that's all I could get that's available in the big city. Already I've dismantled that satellite fuel tank and put this, this is not permanent. Got this fuel pump just plumbed into the original lines, and I have pumped it up yesterday, reprimed it, and restarted the engine, and it works just fine, sucking out of the fuel tank over here, which we're just going to throw in a little ATF. I understand it's going to clean up the injectors, and this thing will run just as good as new. Right there is the bung for the transmission torque converter, and I drained that out, cut it all in a pail, and there's only like 2 gallons that I recovered into a pail. But we're going to go on top there and start pouring in some new oil. One liter of ATF into the fuel tank is probably just as good as sending your injection equipment to area diesel service, maybe. I think it's a waste of time, but everybody tells me to throw some ATF in the fuel tank. It ain't gonna make any difference probably, but it's not gonna hurt anything. The other bottle of ATF is gonna go into the crankcase here. Just can't do pouring bottles of oil with one hand and one hand on the camera without spilling. Proof in the pudding right there. Okay, that bottle of ATF, I understand through all the mechanical forums, is that's just gonna like break your rings free, and it's gonna rebuild your engine. Just like magic. Okay, I've done my best. So there we are. We got ATF in the crankcase and the fuel tank. And let's see if we can get that in, this oil in there without spilling it. I think it's like $200 a pail. Looks just like hydraulic oil, really. One thing's for sure, this oil is a lot thinner and not near as black as what just got drained out. And that was pretty gross stuff, and there's only a couple of gallons in there, so it never was on the stick. So once this one pail is in, I'm just going to pull that stick and see where we're at. It's not on the stick yet, so we'll just get another bucket and pour that in. I hope this is enough, because this is the end of the pail. It's the 4th one of these jugs I've put in, and it is only halfway from the end of the stick, halfway up to the low part. So I imagine it's going to take this whole thing I'm going to stop halfway and just see where it is. It's still not even to the low mark, so it'll take this whole jug and then a little bit more probably. But this is the whole 5 gallons in here. I didn't really want to spend any money on this thing until I'd confirmed that I could get that engine running. Now I'm pretty much committed. We're going to put a few dollars in. You know, starting with some new oils and whatnot, and working with this transmission torque converter, get everything working, electrical, so on and so forth. And a big item is going to be probably 4, not new tires, but better tires. Well, there's the end of the new oil. It's about 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch from the full mark. Good enough for now. Okay, off to the next thing. I never brought a big hammer, but just gonna have to tap this coupler. Oh, it goes down pretty good, pretty easy. Okay, now I'll get the pipe and put on. That's a pretty snug fit on there. I got 2 clamps to go on, but I'm not going to put them on because I couldn't get a 90 elbow. I wanted to get a 90 and blow the exhaust out over the radiator. I'll have to wait till next week before I get that 90. So when I get that, then I'll clamp it down. This here particular spool does not want to function. It's kind of locked up, so I thought I'd try driving it down with a hammer and a bar, see if that's going to break it free. Just does not want to travel. I can see the shaft is moving down there, but it doesn't want to go in any distance. Well, I think I'm going to fire it up now, and I got extra hydraulic oil in, changed out the torque converter oil, and yeah, let's fire it up, see if we get any improvement here. Okay, I'm going to start this old girl up again. I had it plugged in, the block heater plugged in this morning while I went into town for oil and exhaust pipe. Yeah, so let's start our fuel pump. Building up fuel pressure up into the white anyway, so. Oh, I gotta kick the kill throttle on, or push the foot feed down to take it off the kill switch, or kill detent. Okay, now we should be ready to rock and roll here. I got this here handy if I got to give her a little squirt. Yeah, I think it's going to take a squirt. It does start up pretty good, just a little snip. So if the glow plugs were working, it would fire up. This morning I'm walking around in the weeds here up to this old D315. It's got the busted block, and it's the one that I've taken out the two injectors already to put in that D320 in the loader. This one and this one. So now I'm going to take out the next two and we'll install them into the D320 to see if that makes a difference in the operation of that engine. There's the two injection lines off with the right socket there, and again, I don't anticipate these are going to be hard to break, and they're not. Well, we're going to have to get a little bit more serious. Oh no, here we are. There's one. That's come out. Got to clean them up, obviously. And here's the other one. Just got to polish them up. All right. Okay, I've been wanting to air up this set of tires. I got the other two aired up, the front and the far side, but I went to air up this one, and for some reason the schroeder valve was gone, or the core of the valve was gone, so I couldn't air it up. I had to go back and get a new valve. So it's taking air now. This is one of the better looking tires on the machine here, and I'm kind of hoping because that faulty schroeder valve that maybe it's going to hold air now. Time will tell. Okay, that looks like there's enough air in there, so we'll just go with that. On to the next thing. Okay, while we're airing up tires, I just went ahead and I put that air breather, the air horn and the can on. There's no filters in there, but I put that on there so I don't have to worry about covering up the intake. It's all covered for the rain now. This is the other tire on the other side, and it is in really bad shape. Maybe I should just put a little bit more air in it, and it's a little bit low. I don't think it's gone down really too much. I aired it up last night, but we'll put a little bit more air in it, and then we'll get those injectors or the nozzles put in. Yeah, just got to crack this line on number 3, get it out of the road, and then we'll get a socket on there and get those jam nuts off both 1 and 3 and replace those 2 particular injectors. And then we'll try starting this thing up. It should start. Okay. Take it right off the pump, I guess, so it'll swing a little bit more. There we go. We'll have to get a better bite on it. There we go. That was a little snugger than the other ones. These ones here aren't rusted at least as bad as that D315. The whole engine's been exposed to the elements for years. So. Wow, this one too, but I just worked over the head, so it's kind of like a little cleaner, a little lubricated. There's the jam nut. Well, that injector just lifted right out of there. Right away you see it's backed off a half a turn there. Kind of loose. And again, these injectors aren't torqued up together. The two halves are just finger tight, is what I experienced. There's the replacement. We'll put the jam nut back in. And this here injector will be done. We'll just get on to starting this thing. I better leave this one loose. I'll start the fuel pump and make sure it's bled off. And it looks like we got some good fuel right there right away. I'm really glad that I've finally figured out. I've never seen an injector back feeding into the system so bad that it would air up your fuel pump and your injectors. So anyway, let's see if we can start this thing. Well, I think we're ready to crank this over and start it and see if it has a different sound starting up as it did compared to yesterday. Just take our storm cap off, throw that over there, get our fuel pump powered up here. Let's give her a little spin and then probably got to give her a little snort. Well, I guess we'll have to get the truck lined up and get the boosters on it. Okay, I got the truck hooked up to the other side there, the booster cables. So let's try it out. I just plugged in the water heater there, the block heater, just when I got here, so it's not warmed up at all. So, and I got no glow plugs that's working. There is so many problems with this here unit. Well, it seems like replacing that last two injectors has introduced the original problem into one of these cylinders. So I'm currently breaking the lines on number 1 and number 3 there to determine which one has the air on it. And subsequently, I'm going to have to, more than likely, put back the original injector into either 1 or 3. Well, there was air on number 1, not on the rest. Yeah, let's keep an eye on that there nozzle. We'll see what happens. I think you can clearly see that there's air coming right out of that barrel there, just blowing the fuel right back into the pump. So we'll change that out. Well, it's running, but it ain't no better. Took a little bit of work, but I got that bucket to curl, but I still haven't managed to get the boom to go up and down. Well, as you can see, floor space around here and lap space is at a premium, pretty well crowded. Shortly after I did that last little clip there, my neighbor showed up and we had an impromptu happy hour, and all of a sudden it was dark. Gets dark, you know, just after 4 o'clock around here. So yeah, we're had to just abandon it and come back to the house, and going to do the outro here, which is not a big deal. That's fine. That's going to wrap it up for today. And tomorrow is another day. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to try to bring that machine up from Purgatory up to the main yard here. Be better off to work at. Handier to the house and the tools and everything else. So, but it's going to be sketchy. There's no brakes on that, and I don't know how well it's going to run. Whatnot. I was suggesting to my neighbor Tim there that I'm probably just going to get it backed out to the big corner back out there and tie the 6 to it and just pull it up for safety's sake. So anyway, that's all we got for now. If you like these videos, like, subscribe, and please comment and even hit that notification bell to make sure you don't miss the next video. So we'll catch up to you later.